busy people let other people decide their direction, and productive people choose that direction themselves, evaluate their progress as they go. And like you said, they're organized. So I'm huge on task list because you can prioritize that. And one of the things I think is there's like the 4 Ds. So if something comes up, it's either a delete, a do, defer, or delegate.
I love it. Repeat.
Delete, a do, defer, or delegate. And you got to decide which category does that fall in.
You got to decide fast.
Yeah.
Right.
And the priority items are your do's. Those are the ones you want to be worried about. So don't be afraid to mark something as a defer. And so I use Asana as a task list. It's an online task list where you can do these due dates. And, I just think it's fantastic.
What's it called again?
Asana. And I love that because someone will say, hey, I need X. And I can go ahead and put that in there. I'll put a due date on it or a later time, and then it can leave my brain. Because one of the things is focusing on the task at hand. When
you trust the Asana, meaning you have a system that you can trust,
Yes.
so that it'll pop up a memory or a reminder of some sort, right?
Yep,
For you to do that.
Fantastic. And it's my guiding light every day. So they say,
how do you spell that, Asana?
Asana.
Okay. Great.
And you can work with teams in it. So the delegating thing is easy. Deferring it off to other
all this time I thought I was your guiding light. I'm a little crushed here. I don't know what to say
love
about
it.
that.
I love it. Well, I'm not going to fool you to think that I'm an organized person. I'm not organized, actually. However, going back to, the delegation and the leveraging of your time, I had to hire somebody to assist me with the organization piece. So I do get, handed my task list of the day, right? But it's my job to accomplish that task list by 10, by 12, by 2, that kind of thing. So if you're somebody out there that is not as talented in the organization, world, you can think about, one closing can help possibly cover that for you, right? Start to, think you were doing an amazing business plan workshop so many weeks back, that was huge to think about, right? What's your dollar per hour? Then, giving out some of these tasks, how much more can you do if you were organized, right? And if you're just not that personality being organized, it's okay. Find somebody that can help you with that piece.
So I understand the delete part. I get that down. The defer part. Do you defer to it? I mean, do you have in your...
Monty will do it. Monty will do it.
In Asana, does it have later on today, tomorrow, next week? I mean, when you talk about defer, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you set your reminder for whatever date or time and just bump it off. So if somebody says, I need my, email signature formatted correctly. Well, if somebody else needs help with the home inspection happening that day, well, that email signature, it's going to the bottom of a to-do list because it's not urgent, opposed to let me get to this after I do this. And now all of a sudden I'm overwhelmed with tasks and nothing's getting done. So I think focusing on the one thing, and that was something that I liked too. It says you don't need to do everything right. You need to do the right things right. So Asana helps me see what are the right things right now.
I love that. In our business, we get, I laugh in my industry, I say I wear a fire hat, the fireman's, hat all the time, and I'm putting out fires. And why is that? Sometimes I say this shouldn't be like this, right? So I hear from real estate agents that they spend a lot of time running around trying to do the things for, the mortgage company or the last minute this or the last minute that. And so that's being busy, but is that being productive?
Yeah. And I also will say that is being reactive and not proactive.
Right.
Yep.
And so you feel busy. Whoa, I need a glass of wine. It's been a hard day, right?
And then your whole day is shot because you didn't get done what you
I think that's something we should talk about, being reactive or proactive. That's such a big deal. Such a big deal. The tail's wagging the dog or the dog's tagging the wagon. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I feel like the tail's wagging the dog sometimes.
Yeah.
But going back to your organization or your business planning, putting that in your plan. Okay, so you were being busy, so busy, but what were you accomplishing? Well, you helped one family, right? If you got rid of all of that being busy, taking care of one family, you could have helped 2 or 3 more families, right? So what can you put in place to know that happened? You don't want it to happen again. What systems can you put in place to avoid that next time?
Right.
That actually sounds like they had compared this. There's this thing called the Pareto principle, and they said that 80% of what you get accomplished is based on 20% of your tasks. So you want that 20% to be very focused. And his example of this was that Henry Ford didn't build a better car. he built a better system for building cars. So he was able to do it more effectively. So that's what I hope we all implement, is a better system.
Yeah. The speedy system.
Systematize.
Yep.
Systematize.
And I think that's where the struggle comes. We're trying to build a Rolls Royce rather than a Ford, where we can build more off of those and be more efficient. We're focused on making sure every detail is perfect. Those of us are control freaks, and that really limits what we can do.
And I think also staying committed to your system. Like, it's easy to fall off and be like, oh, well, for Mr. Smith, I'm going to do it this way, or Sue, I'm going to do it that way, where it takes a little bit of a challenge to stay committed to that, because you don't realize maybe you have one or two, clients you're helping, but you could possibly be helping 4 or 8 or 16, if that system is fully, used and committed to, for sure.
So
share
Chrissy,
more.
what else do you use? I mean, is the Asana, is that your primary go-to?
That's my main thing.
Is that what I'm missing in my life, Asana?
No, because you have me and I have
That's right.
You're see, and that's what you did. You leveraged and you found.
Well, to be honest with you, it's so simple in my brain, because by the time I would type all that, it's like, oh my gosh, my brain just cramped up on me again. I'm not a good typist, okay? And you can't read what I write, so it just really puts me in a corner.
Yeah. So now I got the mind reading, and I just
now I trick her all the time. Okay, now I'm thinking of something, Chrissy. What is it?
I'm getting better.
She's getting better at it. Surely is.
Well, I mean, that's where it comes back to. If you're thinking about 2021, putting those systems in place to hiring that number 2, hiring somebody that can help. Complete your sentences, who can read your mind. I think that's a big piece in the growth, and it doesn't matter what level you are. I think immediately you should already be thinking that you're going to go big or go home, and you need a Chrissy in your life.
Well, I think the key to it is stay in your lane, recognize your strengths, rather than venture off in those things that you're not good at. Stay in that lane, and then find people that will complement you on the rest of the part that has to be done. Fortunately for me, fortunately for Connie, we found Chrissy, because Chrissy takes care of all that other stuff. Thank you, Chrissy.
It's a lot, but I think that's why being able to categorize things and being able to prioritize, because especially in our industry, your day never goes the way that you think it's going to go. Things come up that all of a sudden I'm going to push pause on this and push play on this because this became a priority. So we kind of think on the fly. And then these tools, like I said, I love the task list, but we all live in our email. So I've come to labeling and color coding emails, and I use the snooze button quite a lot because I want that email to come back.
I love the snooze.
I don't know about the snooze.
I don't know about the snooze either.
Oh, it's so great.
How do we not know? We've not been snoozing over here. We get up at 4, we don't snooze.
I don't even want to see it in my inbox. I'm like, snooze, I'll talk to you in a week, whenever it's, you can set your date.
And what happens with the snooze?
You put the snooze, and it says, when do you want this to come back? And then you put that in.
This is an Outlook?
Yeah, or in Gmail.
Oh, Gmail. I gotcha.
Yeah, so it comes back in your inbox.
That's cute.
Wow.
Everything's
so you
cute.
can control how long you're snoozing.
Oh, yeah. And so I just don't even want to see it.
Cruising and snoozing. I love it.
And then I'm a color coder, because then I know the red things are my to-dos. I have labels that are discussed with Monty, discussed with Jason, because then I know it's not waiting for me. I need them. I label so many things as waiting for a response, because then I'm not reminding myself it's there. Oh, what is this email? Let me get in here and waste my time looking at it again. I know I'm waiting for a response on it, so I can just kind of look over it. So I'm a coder.
So in your profession, you probably are able to do a task maybe a little faster than maybe a different type of job, right? Everybody's got their lane. So, it may take me 45 minutes. I know it's going to take me 45 minutes to go through these tax returns properly. I don't have 45 minutes right now, right? Type of thing. So I have to then schedule that out to make sure that I get that particular task, accomplished. And so with real estate agents, I would assume, Mr. Jones is a talker, type of thing. That anytime you're going to call Mr. Jones, it's going to be 45 minutes or, at least 30 type of thing. So you really have to plan when you talk to Mr. Jones. And if Mr. Jones is calling right now and you've got to get 5 other things done, how do you work and not be inappropriate for Mr. Jones? So I heard this really cool tip. So you quickly take your video, you click that you can't take the call, right? So you decline. I was like, reject. That sounds bad. I don't like that word. Decline. And then you quickly do a video of yourself. Hey, Mr. Smith, you're super important. But by them seeing your face, It makes that person still feel they're really important, and you share with them that they don't think you're out, doing something that golfing or something. They see that you're in the office. I'm in the office today. You're really important to me, type of thing. And sending that, I thought that was a great little tip.
I think it's an awesome idea.
To make the connection back to the client that you can't talk to right now because it's going to take. You need to get these 2 things done. If you don't get it done, you're going to miss your 10, 12, 2 slot.
That's so much more powerful than just sending a text.
Oh yeah,
that's automated. Call you later or whatever.
Custom responses that you can set. And because I've used those to say, hey, I'm not ignoring you, but this is, sorry, I'm driving. I'll call you right back. That way, at least they get a response. But I love the video idea because that's. Yeah.
So we're all going to expect that now, Carrie. When we call you and you're too busy, we're all going to expect a personalized video.
I pick up your call and you're like, I'm talking to your bag or something. you knee dial me, you hip dial me.
I know. It's my phone just is so used to calling you.
I love it.